Hello YouTube! Welcome to another episode of Foodie on Keto.
Hello!
We just had lunch right now. What are you having?
My dessert.
And mine?
In my belly. Well, somebody finished my slice of cake yesterday. I'm sure it was you. But don't worry darling, I'm gonna bake another batch for you. Just for you.
Hallongrotta thumbprint cookies are a match made in heaven. Imagine the collision of the taste of butter with raspberry jam. And to make it even more elegant, you can drizzle some chocolate on top. Best enjoyed with a good book and a cup of tea.
Let's go and bake that. Let's go. Alrighty, to kickstart the process, I'm gonna throw 200 grams of almond flour in a mixing bowl. And to this goes half a teaspoon of baking powder. Let's give it a good mix and keep this aside for a while. Now in my mixer's bowl goes 110 grams of butter and 50 grams of stevia. I'm gonna whisk it until it gets fluffy. And once it is fluffy, I'm gonna throw one egg yolk and give it a good mix. In between goes half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And to this goes the almond flour and baking powder mix we prepared in step 1. We are going to mix it once for the last time and make sure it forms a nice dough. Just like this. And now is the time to make some balls out of this dough. Make the balls and create some space with your thumb or your fingers or whatsoever you like. We are going to use this space for the finger licking raspberry sauce. Let's try to make around 8 to 9 balls. And once we are done, they will land in the oven at 170 for just about 10 to 12 minutes. This will make sure that the balls are cooked and yet they are soft and moist. And after 10 to 12 minutes of bath in the oven, you can see that the balls have grown in size, and this has definitely impacted the holes we created in them. But not to worry, you can use your fingers or your thumb again to create the same space, and I suggest you do that while the balls are still warm. Alright, for the raspberry jam, here goes around 70 to 80 grams of frozen raspberries in a pan which is kept on low heat. If you have fresh raspberries, even better. To this I have added around 20 ml of water. I'll slowly bring this mixture to a boil. And once it does, here goes 10 grams of sweetener. You can add more or less depending on your taste. In between, I'm gonna slowly smash up the raspberries with my fork just so that it forms a nice smooth paste. And once it does, I'm gonna throw 1/3 teaspoon of xanthan gum. This will make sure that the paste forms a jam. That means it thickens up. And now is the time to add our sugar-free raspberry jam on the fresh from the oven baked cookies. This goes one by one, and then I'm gonna refrigerate the cookies for at least 30 minutes. And while our cookies are sitting in the fridge, I'm gonna prepare the final layer. So here goes around 40 grams of chocolate onto a pan on very low heat. We are going to melt the chocolate. And once it melts, I'm gonna switch the flame off and add around 25 grams of heavy cream onto this. Let's give it a good mix and we are all set. And now goes this chocolate ganache on top of the freshly baked cookies, and this goes in the fridge for another 30 minutes. It's your choice to add some more sugar-free chocolate or throw some more raspberries or pecan nuts or even desiccated coconut. I'd just like to wish you good luck with the portion controls. All the best. Time for us to enjoy the cookies and time for you to subscribe to the channel. Here,